It's a lifeline for those living hand to mouth. Government-subsidised ration shops like this across the country help the poor buy affordable basics like grain, oil and pulses. Without this help, people like Ashok Bhai Monilal would be unable to feed themselves or their family. He's a labourer and earns $81 a month.
We rely on food subsidy. If it's taken away, I will not be able to survive. I'm the sole wage earner. I have 4 children and they're all studying. It costs a lot.
It's families like this that the Indian government has been talking about in Bali, protecting the poorest in society and their access to cheap food. The Food Security Act passed in the Indian Parliament this year guarantees that right for as many as 600 million people. This is the Indian government's worry at the conference in Indonesia. India has strongly been resisting the deal, worried that a welfare programme to give cheap food to 600 million people and stockpile it in the name of food security will contravene WTO rules that limit farm subsidies to 10% of production. India is making its position very clear.
Can we barter away or compromise when it comes to a fundamental right to food security? I would like to make this absolutely clear that we have not come here as petitioners to beg for a peace clause.
4 years ago, when food subsidies were threatened, farmers from across India came to New Delhi to vent their anger at the WTO. Back then, the Indian government stood firm against the developed world. But now the pressure is on India and up to 30 other nations in Asia and Africa to come into line and cut the help they give to the farming industry and poor consumers. Analysts estimate the subsidised programme for up to 600 million people could cost the government $20 billion a year, and that's far above the current limit set by the WTO. Friday may be the last day, but the talking has continued through the night to try and save the WTO agreement on subsidies. While India stands firm, other governments are wondering what failure may mean for them and an already weak global economy. Sohail, Rahman, Jazeera, Ahmedabad, Gujarat.